Hi, I'm John Idelson, and we're here in our backyard in beautiful Monterey Bay, and I'm here with my lovely bride and wife. I guess that's the same thing, Bobbi.
Hi, I'm Bobbi Camille, and we are in beautiful California. When we had a deck originally out here, we had it at 2 different levels, so we never used half of it because it wasn't where I wanted it at the same level.
Yeah, for us, during COVID, we were doing social distancing. We were doing, outdoor dining, and the deck that we had here, which was old, just didn't fit for that. And when we talked, we said, what can we do here? And like Bobbi said, we put it at the same level, but it was more than that. We really talked about what did we want it to be for social gatherings? What did we want it to be to give a better view and look in our yard and to look nice from the yard? We live in a lovely community. We call it the Banana Belt of Monterey. It's really get a lot of sun. So people who live here really enjoy their yards and what they plant in them. And we kept on seeing this truck with this name on it. And when we decided we should look at getting to somebody to help us do yard work prior to even doing the deck, it was pretty easy to come up with the name because we just drove by one of our friends' house where it looked really nice, and we said, we should call them.
We spent a lot of time looking at the deck, looking out at the koi pond, deciding, wouldn't it be nice if we could see the koi pond and have glass there? And those ideas came from one.
This was not a small project because we had a very large deck. We were changing the level. And so it was a lot of work, and it was a big crew. We were amazed at how quickly they worked, how kind they were, and sensitive to the cares of our fish and us, and just how neat they were. I mean, I think lots of times when you see people in the process of building things, they don't always clean up, take care of it, and sometimes contractors leave messes in the yard. That never happened here. It was really a very efficient, very good process, and we always could talk about it when a question would come up. Immediately we get an answer, and that was really one of the special parts. Well, we became friends. I mean, it wasn't just a job, it became a project that we were doing together.
He did a really nice job, and he was quick, so I didn't live without a deck for a long time. And
there were a number of times I came up with some wild ideas, and I'd be saying, what about this and what about that? And he would stop and say, let me think about this, and I'll come back and tell you. And then there's another little small porch that we have in the other side of the house, right where we keep our garbage and our recycling. And I had this incredible idea, at which point he sort of set me straight and created this beautiful small deck. And I think that's another thing, is it doesn't matter if the project's big or small. He wants to make sure it's done right and done properly. Before, when we had the deck, we would use the deck to grill outside, and then we would eat inside, or possibly eat outside if we had a small group of people. Now, when the weather's nice, and it's usually that in Monterey, we're grilling out here, we're eating out here, and we're throwing parties.
I wouldn't be using the whole deck if it wasn't on one level. And the idea of putting a fire pit out there has now made it so it's warm at that end. I have electric heaters to go around the table so it's warm here, and we can entertain all year round. I love to entertain, I always have. And so any chance to bring friends together is special.
Because of the thoughtfulness on how we laid it out, there's natural conversation areas. So we have an area here where people could gather. We have an area where we could eat and gather, and then we have another area at the far end where people can sit around and gather, and a perfect row for setting up a buffet. So it really became the party deck of the neighborhood.
Just to show you how much we're going to use the deck, February 25th, we're doing a wedding for 27 people.
But I really didn't anticipate what a difference it would make when we really took all the ideas that were presented and made it a reality. It was a wonderful process, and we've been very pleased with the materials and the craftsmanship that was done with the deck.